Hey peeps. Hey beautiful people. Happy
Good
Saturday
morning.
morning. What better day to do this presentation than on this rainy, stormy Saturday? Everybody, if you will, mute yourselves, please. I'm hearing myself echo, which is not a good thing. Okay, so I'm sharing my screen. And there is such a delay too. Everyone, please mute yourselves. Whoever is joining. There is such a delay too. I don't want to do that one. I want to do this one. That. Pause. Share. Resume share. All right, so we're gonna hop right into this, guys. A lot of my people, my patients, struggle so much with mindset. So we have this is going to be very near and dear to my heart because there's a lot of changes that I have kind of gone through personally, even over the past 3 to 5 months that have literally changed my life. And it's things that I struggle with too. So you have to understand that just because I might not have a weight issue doesn't mean that I don't have motivation issues or issues with my goals or consistency or just, in general healthy habits. So a lot of what I do, what I coach, what I talk to my patients about comes from a personal place too, not just me personally, but just within my inner circle too. So I'm a very, very hungry person. So if I don't know the answer to something, I'm going to find it out. If I'm not good at something, I'm going to get better at it. That's just my mentality. So a lot of what I'm sharing today has a lot to do with personal experiences and people within my inner circle and my patients as well. So this comes from a place that is very familiar to me. So anyway, all that to say, I really hope that a lot of this will be very beneficial to you. And if you guys have goals, which if you don't have goals, you wouldn't be here. So you all have some kind of goals that you're striving for today or in the near future or even long-term goals. So you're going to learn today how to kind of shift your mindset to get you more ready to achieve these goals. Because without the right mindset, you will not achieve goals. If you're stuck in a rut and you need some kind of little kick in the rear end, I mean, today's probably going to be really good for you. So let's get into it. Mindset, we want to help you, or I want to help you take control of your mind to achieve your goals. So what exactly is mindset? Mindset is, well, it's literally defined as a mental attitude or inclination or a fixed state of mind. So in other words, your mindset is really what you currently think about a situation or, what you perceive it to be, whether something is too hard or I'm just stuck, I'm in a rut, I'm never going to get out of it. Like, that's a mindset. So we want to kind of help you shift your mindset to a place where you're more positive and proactive. So why is mindset important? So really the right mindset can help you achieve your goals and become the person you desire. The wrong mindset can prevent you from achieving goals and you will not become the person you desire. So a lot of people who sit on my couch in my office, I hear, I can't, or I just don't, or I'm too lazy, or I'm too busy at work. That's a really big one. So those are all really considered the wrong mindset. I mean, if you're in the right mindset, you can kind of shift everything to the point where you feel positive about your goals and there's no problems in your way to reach your goals. So we want to help you achieve the right mindset. Negative mindset examples. These are, I hear a lot of these whenever I'm coaching my patients. I can't, like, whenever you're starting a sentence, do you ever have these in the front of your sentence or at the beginning of your sentence? I can't. I try to. I'm not good at that. Or I don't like to. There's no use. I'm not good enough. I'm afraid of. I don't know how to, and you can kind of fill in your blanks with anything. I am too old to. It is what it is, or it's too hard to. So when we say these words to ourselves, you are indeed affirming that you are not good at something or that you literally can't do something. With that mindset, you will never, 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 never go to the next step to achieving your goals. So if you say, I can't do 20 push-ups, I can't meal prep on the weekends, I'm afraid to try something new, or I don't know how to cook, or you fill in the blank with anything. You're basically telling yourself, I'm not capable of this and I'm just not going to do it. So therefore, if something like that is important to you, if learning how to cook is important to you, if losing weight and becoming less stressed because of too many food decisions is not important to you, or if it is important to you, then you can't talk to yourself like this. You cannot have this negative mindset. So what we want to do is say things to ourselves, and I mean literally say it to yourself out loud. Put your hand on your heart. Say these things to yourself. I will, and then fill in the blanks wherever these dots are. I will do whatever. I'm thankful for. I have the power to. I am confident that I can. I am energetic, enthusiastic, confident, and happy. My opportunities are. I am good at. I control my thoughts, and I'm excited to. So you can fill in your blanks with whatever, but these are the things that if you literally say these to yourself, you instantly raise your energy and your vibrations and all that jazz. But you also, in turn, start believing that you can. It sounds a little hokey sometimes, but that's literally what happens. You can. So we want to change our thoughts. So whenever we do have a negative mindset or we're talking negative talk to ourselves, like I can't or I'm not good at, let's fill in the blank with other things and tell yourself, well, I'm still learning. Like, I'm still learning about this. So of course I'm going to fail. Of course I'm going to not be good at it from the get-go. I'm still learning. Or if you mess up, if you make a mistake, you need to look at those mistakes as this is my learning opportunity. Everybody makes mistakes, but a mistake doesn't have to feel bad. Yeah, it might initially feel bad, but turn that thought around and say, okay, I'll try it a different way, or I will just try it again. So bottom right, mistakes help me to learn. I love mistakes. I used to hate mistakes because it used to make me feel really icky. And I'm like, okay, well, I'm just not good at that, so I might as well not try it anymore. And I used to be that person. But now I really embrace mistakes, and I love when my son makes a mistake at something because he gets so frustrated, but I will immediately turn that conversation around to a positive and say, hey, without mistakes, we don't know not to do that, or without mistakes, we don't know that we can do it this way instead. So always look at your mistakes as learning opportunities, and just like your muscle, your brain, it's going to grow, it's going to get stronger. Every time you mess up and you try it again, you're going to learn a different way. It's just like a baby falling down and walking. You're not going to say, oh, what a stupid little baby, like, oh my gosh, he's not walking. You're going to encourage him to get up and try it again, because the more he does it, the more she does it, the more they're going to learn how to walk. So exact same concept. So instead, tell yourself, how can I learn more? How can I do this better? Or I will practice, or I can start doing this. So please be open-minded with yourself. Don't define who you are as a person by the mistakes that you've made or by the things that you're currently not, quote unquote, good at. that is not you as a person. You are a growing person. You're a student. You're a constant learning opportunity, basically. So don't define yourself as your past mistakes or your past failures. That is not you. That's just a human being learning how to do things. And you're going to screw up a million times, but you're going to get better at it. So everything I'm talking about today, guys, is very conceptual. So you can kind of apply this to anything. You can apply this to whatever you're doing in life, whatever, if you have goals to change your job, if you want to work on your own or remotely, or, you know, start your own business, if you want to learn how to cook, if you want to learn how to meal prep, if you want to learn new exercises, literally this can be applied to anything. All of these conceptions, or all of this can be very conceptually applied to anything in life. So where do you start? When you start talking to yourself in a more positive fashion and start believing in yourself more, yeah, it sounds kind of corny, but literally that's what we're talking about today. When you start believing you can do the things that are going to get you to your goals, you need to find purpose behind your goals. If your purpose behind your goal is irrelevant to what you are doing or what your end goal is, then what the heck are you doing it for? So you need to identify what is important to you and why. So if your why is not strong enough, you will not succeed. If your why is not strong enough, you will not be motivated to make change. You won't be motivated to take little daily steps to work toward your goal because your why is not strong enough. I'll tell you this, my why, the reason I do what I do is because it literally gives me a high to help other people. So I'm not money driven by any means, not by any stretch of imagination. Am I money driven? I thrive off of helping people, seeing their light bulbs go off in their brains when I say something like, you know, you did this right, or you know you can do this, or this is the way you start this goal. You know, it's like I just said something that was a new invention or something. I mean, it's nothing difficult in my mind, but I have a very, very strong why. So if your why does not serve a higher purpose of either helping yourself to a very, very high level or helping others to succeed, then your why is not going to be there. So you need to identify what your why is. If it's not strong enough, you won't succeed. So make it a strong why. So an example might be, I want to lose weight so I can feel better. Okay, why? So I can walk around Disney with my family without being in pain or discomfort, or stopping a million times to rest, or, you know, being that burden on my family that, oh, she's too big to walk around and sustain, or, you know, have any kind of endurance. I get that. I mean, I really do. I have family members that do the exact same thing, and it's very frustrating. Like, we can't go through the park without resting 10 times. That's okay in my mind. I'm fine with it, but I can't imagine what's going on in their mind. The guilt, or the, you know, the feeling of inconvenience. So I get it. That's a very strong why. Like, you need to connect the reason why you want to do things with you need to connect them. So next, where do you start? So there's a lot of where do you starts. Adjust your attitude. Give gratitude. This is a huge one. And through there's some resources that I've tagged on at the end of this presentation that I will share again. And I just realized I'm probably not recording this. This is, man, I want to, I'll actually record this another time probably and post it. But anyway, so at the end of this presentation, there's some links to videos. There's some guided gratitude videos that you can look at, but it kind of gives you examples of how to give gratitude. But giving gratitude at the beginning of the day can start you off in the right direction. So this is actually an actionable item. You can't get more of what you want if you do not express gratefulness for what you already have. So those of you who are praying for better health, you are praying for a new job, you're praying for that energy level to increase, you're praying for things to get easier. Well, number one, let's back up the truck. Are you grateful for everything you have? I mean, literally, do you express gratitude every morning for everything that you have? Some of you do, and that's absolutely awesome. But some of you take things for granted, I'm sure. I was one of those people. Like, yeah, I'm thankful for everything. I'm thankful for my eyes. I'm thankful for my hands. I'm thankful for, just being alive and being able to breathe. So, you can say these things to yourselves on a day-to-day basis, and it becomes pretty redundant, and it kind of loses its luster. The extent of how gratuitous you are. But literally take a few minutes in the morning. It doesn't have to be like in front of it doesn't have to be a legitimate, like, sit in the living room and a posture kind of thing. It could be while you're showering, you're thinking to yourself or saying out loud of what you're grateful for. It could be what me and my husband and my son, we sit in the living room now. We meet in the mornings at 6 a.m. in front of the TV, and I promise you, this is not what we used to do. This is what we do now. But we sit in front of the TV at 6 a.m. and we follow a guided meditation, which basically just guides you into, like, I'm thankful for this, I'm thankful for this. I actually have the link to it at the end of this, so you can kind of do what I do if you want to. But it kind of keeps you focused. So I count it as both a meditation and a gratitude, and my gratitude. But you can do whatever you want. You can journal. You can write a list of things that you are grateful for at the beginning of each day. So, but starting with this, you're literally putting out into the universe, or talking to God, or whatever you like to do. You're putting it out there that you are very, very grateful for the things you already have, but you want to also be grateful for the things that or name the things that you don't already have. So maybe you don't have a healthy digestive system, and you're saying thank you for my healthy digestive system. So just the positivity of naming things that you might not already have really help to bring those things to you. So if you're kind of in that mindset of I already have this, then it will come to you. Again, some of you are probably thinking this sounds kind of kooky, but it's just a law. It's a universal law that we can kind of apply. But your positivity is contagious. There's no way you can stop positivity from coming back to you if you're putting it out there. There's no way you're not going to get back what you give. So adjust your attitude, give gratitude. There's some great links at the end of this that you can follow and kind of get an example of how to do this. But daily meditation and gratitude. Now, talking about meditation can be anything. It can be a walk that you take with music in your ears that's undistracted. It could be you just sitting in your living room in silence. It could be a guided meditation. You watch a video and it guides you through it. It could be you going on a run. It could be literally anything or any amount of time that you spend with yourself focused on something other than work, tasks, anything. You want to meditate just to kind of clear your mind, focus on your breath, and relieve whatever's going on up there in your head that gives and causes stress on a day-to-day basis. Daily meditation has been proven scientifically to help anybody with high levels of stress, anxiety, post-traumatic stress syndrome. Look into it, guys. If you're not meditating already, you got to start. I mean, it could be 5 minutes during your lunch period. You can literally meditate anywhere, anytime, doing whatever. Look into it. I've got some apps at the end of this presentation that you can download for easy meditation. You can look on YouTube, just research it, find what's going to work for you, but you have to do it. This really helps shift our mindset because we are inviting positivity into our lives. Where do I start? Get inspired. Read or watch something inspirational on a daily basis. I want to ask you guys, this is very rhetorical because you're not answering me, but how many of you wake up and start scrolling on Facebook? How many of you wake up, start scrolling on Instagram? How many of you wake up and start watching the news on TV? Do you know that is the worst way? I'm not trying to smack your hands or anything, but that's the worst way to wake up, guys. That's inviting negativity into your brain. You don't know what it's doing to you. You might not literally feel what it's doing to you, but that is the worst way to start a day. Start your day with positivity. You want to do your gratitude or your meditation or something that takes care of your brain and sets the day off in a positive note. Also, what I have like a daily checklist, okay? And I can devise this checklist and share it at some point, but a part of my daily checklist is, other than meditation and gratitude, is doing like a 30-second plank or a 2-minute plank, whatever I want to do that morning. But I also watch or read something inspirational. It could be something as little as an article. It could be something like a video on YouTube, which I shared a lot of motivational videos within the links here. But it could be literally anything. There's apps on here that on my phone that will pop up with a daily affirmation or a daily inspirational quote. It can be anything, guys, just anything to get your mojo going for the day or to help you stay on track with what you're currently working on. You want to kind of look at these people who are making these things. Let's take, for example, motivational videos on YouTube. These people who are compiling, these people who are putting together these videos, they have been there, they have done that, they have failed 10,000 times and succeeded 10,000 times, but they are successful nonetheless. And they have the secret, okay? They have the wherewithal to tell us, as people who are struggling maybe, on what to do, what to get our motivation going, get us pumped up, really get our blood flowing and get our creativity flowing. So get inspired. Find something that inspires you every single day. Read or watch something inspirational on a daily basis. You can do videos, books, podcasts, music, or quotes. Just don't stop at the watching or reading. Let this fuel your desire to grow and change. Next, you want to visualize. Think with the end in mind. So think about that end goal. Are you wanting to lose 100 pounds? Are you wanting to lose 250 pounds? Are you want to lose 200 pounds? Are you wanting to get off all of your medications? Are you wanting to fit in that size blank pants? Like, what's that going to look like? What do your goals look like? You want to, don't look at things as they are now, but what they will be. A lot of people get really, really stuck in the moment that they are in now, which is very important to be present, or at the present moment. It's important to evaluate and be in the present moment. Don't look at your past and don't look in the future too much. But whenever it comes to mindset and we're wanting to achieve goals or get started with something, you do need to look at things with the end in mind so that you know where you're going. Don't look at things as they are now, because that can be very, very heavy for you. You can feel stuck. You're just going to feel like, oh my God, I've got to move a freaking mountain. How am I going to do this? You can get very much into your brain and into your head, but you don't want to look at things as they are now, but what they will be. If you look at what they will be, you're going to be so pumped up to just keep going and keep going and keep going. So what is it that you need to do to get there? One major thing that anybody would tell you to do, psychiatrists, psychologists, coaches, me, create a vision board. I know it sounds a little corny sometimes, but seriously, get a vision board, create a vision board. What does success look like to you? Cut out pictures, print out pictures. You can do a digital vision board if you want to, but what does happiness and contentment look like to you? Is it going to be you're able to ride a bike? Well, print off a picture of a bike. Is it that you don't want to use a seatbelt extender when you're flying? Then print off a picture of a seatbelt extender. I don't know. So do whatever you want, but create a vision board, something that you can look at on a daily basis, weekly basis, like really reevaluate your vision board on a regular basis. Like if something seems a little bit, non-realistic to you as you're doing it, that's okay. Take it off. Put something more realistic on there. Some of us have too lofty of goals sometimes, but it's good to have that just to see, what is achievable, what might not be so achievable. But nonetheless, create a vision board. I love, love, love this quote. I don't know who originally said it, but where focus goes, energy flows. What does that even mean? The energy and focus you put into something is what you will get back. I'm going to read it again. The energy and focus you put into something is what you will get back. What results are you expecting, guys? Are you really putting the work into it? Like, really? I have some people who say, I'm not losing weight, I'm stuck. And then I ask what they're doing for exercise. Oh, I walk. Are you freaking kidding me? That's all you're doing. What do you think you're going to achieve with just walking? Like, that walking's a great thing, and I'm sorry to like really hurt your feelings right now, but walking is only going to get you so far at the end of the day. If you've been walking for 5 years at the same pace, at the same rate, at the same distance, come on, guys, kick it up a notch. So the work you put into things is what you're going to get in results. You need to be kicking your own ass. I'm serious. You need to be sweating, red-faced, hurting, feeling like you're going to vomit sometimes. I know that sounds a little bit ridiculous, but if you want the results you want, you have to work for it. If you are not putting the time into yourself on a daily basis, and we'll talk more about this in a minute, if you're not putting the time into yourself on a daily basis and you're focused more on your day-to-day job, how's that going to work? You're not prioritizing anything for yourself. So where your focus goes, your energy flows. Girl and guy, your energy is not going to be flowing if your focus is not there on your goals. Practice self-love. This is huge. A lot of my girls are guilty of this. Guys are too, but they just don't talk about it as much. So do you truly love yourself? And this is, this is a very, this can be misunderstood or, overlooked a lot. Yeah, I love myself. I love myself. I accept myself. It goes way, way, way deeper, guys. Practice self-love. I hear a lot of negative self-talk a lot in my office, which is very sad, but we all do it. I mean, negative self-talk, it's much easier to say that you can't do something or you're not good at something rather than work hard for it and practice these positive affirmations. It's much harder, actually, it's supposed to be much easier to practice positivity, actually. But in terms of like getting started and physically working toward things, it's much easier to say you're not good at something and then just to give up. But you're not going to do that now. You're here in this mindset presentation today, so you're obviously ready to do something. So forget the negative self-talk. We already talked about what that is. Those sentences like I can't or I won't or I'm not good at. We want to practice those positive affirmations. So number one, we want to accept and love yourself even when you're failing. So many of you might try something new. I tried to start logging my foods in an app, but I wasn't good at it, so I gave up. And then you just kind of beat yourself up about it. Well, I wasn't good at it, so I failed at that too. That's okay. We all fail at everything. There's no success unless people fail. Successful people fail countless times before they reach success, and they still continue to fail as they grow. I'm good at failing. I love failing. Every time I fail, that means I'm going to get back up. I get pissed off, and I'm going to say, I'm going to do it bigger and better the next time. That's how I am as a person. So some of you might not naturally be like that, but you can grow into being like that. That's absolutely fine. I mean, you can. So successful people will fail countless times before they reach success, and they still continue to fail as they grow. Another way to practice self-love, this is very obvious, I think. Eat healthy things and take care of your mind and body. So this goes back to mindfulness. You want to meditate and take care of your brain. That's the point of meditation, is taking care of your brain, okay? Take care of your body through exercising, stretching, putting healthy things in your body. Literally take care of your body, and that's practicing self-love. You're taking care of the vessel that performs things every single day. Without eating healthy things and taking care of your mind and body, we cannot fulfill those day-to-day tasks very long. So you also want to reflect. So in order to practice self-love, you need to understand and become aware of what drains you and what fuels you. Self-love means you do the things that make you feel good on the inside and out. So if really reflect and think, okay, what drains me at the end of the day? Is it my job, my 9 to 5? If that's your answer and your 9 to 5 drains you, you need to really take a hard look at what the heck you're doing. What's the purpose of your job? If it's just for money and that's what's killing you mentally, I'd reassess that. Yeah, I don't know what you're going to do. I'm not telling you to quit your job, but I'm just telling you, If there's some kind of conversation that needs to be had at work that says that you say, hey, this isn't really part of my job description, and it's causing me a lot of stress and angst, and I'm just not mentally feeling healthy. You need to have that conversation. What fuels you? So the things that fuel you, what makes you feel good? What makes you feel good? Does going on a walk outside and getting a little bit of sun make you feel good? Then do more of that. I want you to write things down, literally, what drains you and what fuels you. You need to be doing more of what fuels you rather than drains you, or we can't get out of that mindset that we're in at this time. You're not going to feel like achieving goals. You're not going to feel like taking the next step to take care of yourself if you're just drained all the time. I hear that so often. I mean, people will say, at the end of the day, I just don't feel like exercising because I'm just so mentally exhausted from my job. I'm like, that's not okay. Something has to work. Something has to change there. I'm not one to sit in misery, and I know a lot of people just accept it, but I'm not that way. I mean, I'm not saying you have to be like me by any means, but I'm your coach. I wouldn't allow it. I can't allow myself to be in a negative rut, or deal with things that are feeding into my negative energy. So one thing that I read, I wanted to read something to you guys. Okay. Side note. So my practice manager, if Alize is listening, hi Alize. My practice manager shared something with me. She follows a girl on Instagram, and it was funny enough. I was working on this presentation about self-love, and she sent me screenshots of this girl that she follows on Instagram, and she was talking about self-love, but I could not have put this in a better way. So that's why I want to read this to you. It was too much to put into this presentation, but this girl said, it took me a while to understand what self-love meant. For a long time, it was a vague, almost meaningless term to me. I thought, of course, I love myself. Yet I was doing it wrong. I was only accepting and loving myself when I was happy, performing well, and moving forward. Recently, I finally understood that self-love meant, at least to me, self-love is the ability to give yourself what you wish the person you love the most would give you. Think about that. Self-love is the ability to give yourself what you wish the person you love the most would give you. So maybe the person you love the most is your husband. And so maybe that your husband is not giving you what you need. You give yourself what you need. If it's fill in the blank, I don't know. There's tons of things you could probably think of right now, but give yourself what you are missing from those other people that you feel that should give you that kind of love. So she said, honestly, it's years of reading and ugly crying and trying to get to that result. So you better write it down, Cindy. I don't know what that means. I'm sharing my definition with you, so hopefully it helps you too, because it's true what they say. Self-love has the power to heal all wounds. And I know a great deal of amazing people who could use that. How to do self-love is something I Googled a lot. I used to not really understand how a face mask and meditation were supposed to make me feel loved by myself. The first one is literally basic skincare I do on a weekly basis. She's talking about the face mask. At most, it's soothing, but I don't see the connection with self-love. The second is powerful, but very abstract and still too vague. So she's talking about meditation. So a practical tool I've been using is simply picturing what I would want this loving figure, this person I love the most, which might be a best friend, a partner, a parent, a sister, to tell me right here and right now in my wildest dreams. And to tell it to myself in this deep, slow, Galadriel voice. I shut my eyes, I put my hand to my heart, I drop into my heart away from my mind, and I speak words of comfort and support to myself. Yes, I look crazy, but it really works. What she's saying is she literally touches her heart, like not literally, you can't literally touch your heart. She puts her hands on her chest and she just basically tells herself like, you did a good job today. You are patient, you are kind, you are important, you are successful. Like saying these things to yourself really does help. But anyway, she says she works better, she sleeps better, she's more inspired, she's more loving to your loved ones, less resentful toward people of her past and her present, more hopeful. So I can side note again, I can speak from personal experience. I have a lot of angst toward a couple of my family members, just due to the way I was raised. Okay, so the moment I found out, or the moment I started practicing self-love, I could sit in that room with that person that caused me anxiety without even saying a word. I could sit in that room and just feel love. Like, and the things that people say to me no longer bother me. The things that that person says to me no longer causes me anxiety, because now all I do is basically I kill them with love. I'm not killing them. I don't want to kill them. Maybe sometimes, but I'm really just kind of reciprocating, or not even reciprocating. I'm pushing out love. Like I'm saying things that I normally wouldn't say to that person because I used to hold back. I'm saying I love you, I care about you, I miss you. I say things that I normally wouldn't say, and you wouldn't believe the reactions I get, the positivity that I get back from that love that I'm exuding. So all this to say, you need to love yourself. If you don't love yourself first and actually have that reflection of who you are and what's going on deep down in you, like you're not going to get very far. You have to address the things that have affected you in the past. You may have childhood trauma. You may have really, really traumatic experiences, and a lot of you do. I've heard the stories. You may have had traumatic experiences growing up. You have to shine a light on those things and bring them to light and actually get past these things. I know it hurts to kind of resurface all of these things, but without that, you're not going to address it. You're not going to be able to practice self-love. This is getting way into more of a psychological thing right now, so I'm going to kind of leave it at that. But all that to say, love yourself like you would love others. So many of my women give so much love to their friends, their family members, and their work, and they literally don't take care of themselves at all. And it breaks my heart because most of my patients are women. Most of my patients are women above the age of 50, and they're not coming to get weight loss surgery until everybody's out of the house and everybody's all taken care of. But now look where that left you. I'm not saying that was a bad thing to care for others, but what would that have looked like if you practiced as much self-love as you did loving other people? To further explain and practice self-love, congratulate yourself on the things you did well today. A lot of people don't do this. Reflect on the day. What did you do well? The things you didn't do well, can you try again tomorrow? Absolutely you can. So get your butt up, try again tomorrow. If you screwed up the first time, do it again. Understand you will not master anything the first go round, and it will take willingness and consistency to keep going. Did you hear those words? Willingness. You got to be willing to do it, number one, and it needs to be consistent. What does consistent mean, guys? Day after day. Day after day after day after day after day. Consistency. Each time you try, it will become easier and then easy. Obviously, the first time you try anything, I shouldn't say obviously, first time you try anything, it's going to be somewhat difficult. Maybe you really succeed with flying colors, or maybe you really just screw it up. But the first time you try, usually it's not so good. Don't give up the first try. Don't give up the first round of meal prepping. Don't give up the first smoothie. I hear so many people are like, oh, yeah, I tried to make a smoothie and it just didn't work. So they just stopped. And I'm like, do you know how many smoothies I made until I really made one that tasted good? Really try. It will become easier, and then eventually it will be considered easy. Celebrate your non-scale victories. Boy, oh boy, are you guys a slave to the scale. I hate this. I hate the freaking scale. Celebrate your non-scale victories. A lot of you are becoming better at this, or you have realized that it's more important to celebrate your non-scale victories than it is the scale. Because look at your life. Oh my God. Look how many things that you've improved on or that you've gotten better at just due to the fact that you've lost weight. But did that number really define how good you were at that thing? No, not at all. So celebrate your non-scale victories. We are not aiming for a certain number when we're aiming for weight loss or after weight loss surgery. What are we really aiming for, guys? We're aiming for longevity. We're aiming for more energy. We're aiming for reducing that medication list. We're aiming for just vitality in general. We're not aiming for a certain number just to get to a freaking number. I hate the scale. I hate the BMI scale. It is such a terrible way to judge your level of success. So really celebrate your non-scale victories. These are the things that you can be putting down in your gratitude list every day and night. But when you wake up in the morning, what are you thankful for? I thank God, or I thank the universe that I have more energy. I thank God that I am sleeping 8 hours a night now. My clothes fit. I'm able to shop in the regular section, not the plus size. I am happier. I'm having more sex. I am just more vital all around. I'm more confident. I'm sexier. Like, what is it you're happy for? Go at it. Be thankful for it, and just keep the ball rolling with it. Practice self-love. All right, where do I start? Still, we want to set intentions. What the heck are intentions? Intentions are what you intend on doing for the day or the next day. They're not goals. Goals are measurable. Intentions are like a feeling almost, like it's a I don't know what to say. I don't know. Either way, you want to set an intention, what you mean to do. Like, you intentionally eat this because you know it's good for you, or that it's high in protein. You are intentionally exercising because you know that your day-to-day activity at your actual job is not cutting it. Okay, you're intending on doing more. You're intending on it's whatever your plans are, basically. Train your brain to know what to expect. What do I mean by that? I want you to, at the end of the night, I want you to set your intentions for the next day. Not necessarily goals. Goals are bigger. But what do you intend on doing for the next day? Do you intend on eating three vegetables by the end of the day tomorrow? Do you intend on doing something good for your body? Well, what exactly is that going to be? So the night before the next day, either do it then, or if you're okay with doing it that next morning, what are your intentions for the day? It's kind of good to do both of them. Like, think about it before you go to sleep, and then whenever you wake up, okay, what's really going to be manageable today? Let me review this. Let me go over what I intend on doing today. Your intentions don't need to include get up, roll out of bed, have a quick breakfast, and go to work. You're screwing it up from the get-go, guys. Set your intentions at the beginning of the day. What do you need to do to take care of your brain, your body, and what else? Your brain and your body, both. So put it into a plan and make these things non-negotiable. I should have underlined that and put it in bold letters and capital letters. Make it non-negotiable. Do you negotiate with yourself whether you brush your teeth or not in the morning? Do you negotiate whether you are going to take a shower? Well, you might, I don't know. Do you negotiate going into work? No. These are things that are innate. You're just going to do them because you know you need to do them. The things that you want to succeed with, make those non-negotiable. I tell people in the morning, commit to 15 to 30 minutes at bare minimum. I mean, you can take an hour if you want to, but commit to a bare minimum amount of time that you can actually think about all this stuff and make it non-negotiable. Non-negotiable means to yourself, to other people, to your inner circle. Like, tell people, hey, buzz off. This is my time. Don't interrupt me. Don't talk. Like, I've gotten downright ugly in the morning before when I'm doing a workout and my son and my husband are coming into the living room and just watching me or wanting to talk to me. I mean, I've straight up blown up at them before because I'm like, this is my time. I've already told you about this. Don't interrupt me. This is me. If you want me to be pleasant for the rest of the day, leave me alone. So make it non-negotiable. Communicate your plans with others so they can support you. So that just goes in line with what I just said. If you really plan on taking more time for yourself at the beginning of the day, or you're setting aside time to take care of yourself, you have to communicate this with people that are around you all the time. They're used to seeing you do something a certain way all the time. And if you all of a sudden just change your plans, they're gonna screw it up, I promise. So you need to communicate with people that are around you so they can support you. They know what you're doing. They know why you're doing it. So they should be there to support you. Each day, you want to include a mindful exercise, a physical exercise, and any other goals that are most important to you. So this goes in line with your intentions. You need to intend on doing these things on a daily basis. Without these things, your mindset will suck. You're not going to want to do anything other than your daily grind that you're currently doing, unless you take care of these things. End the day with reflection and gratitude. You need to ask yourself at the end of the day, what'd you do all today? And why did it go well? Was it due to good preparation? Was it due to your effort? Express gratitude for this. So at the end of the day, I say actually do gratitude also. I've never been good at this, but I'm starting now. I want to look back at my day. What were my patients like? What did I learn from my patients? I love doing this because you guys teach me so much and you give me so much inspiration and you really just light up my life, honestly. But I am extremely grateful for all you guys and everything you say because it makes my job just amazing. So I express gratitude for this at the end of the day. I think about how my day went and I think about what went well. How did I feel physically? Was I really drained all day long? Like, well, okay, if I was drained all day long, what did I eat? Like, what did I get the water that I planned on getting? Like, was I just too busy to do this? And if I was, how can I do it better? So daily reflection and gratitude. Be thankful for the things that went well and even the things that didn't go well, and actually kind of reassess your day. So what did you also do not so well? And why not? What was lacking? Was it your planning? Was it, it really comes down to planning a lot, honestly. If you didn't plan to do your workout, or if you didn't plan what you were eating for that day and you're way behind on your protein and your fluids, how was your attitude? So what did not go so well and why did it not go well? Even with things that don't go so well, you want to express gratitude. Express gratitude for having the opportunity to recognize this and the willingness to learn to improve. If you get that concept, you're going to be so successful. You want to practice consistency. Aim to wake at the same time every day, even the weekends. Some of you are early risers, some of you are not. You're going to see in some of these motivational videos that I have. I'll have to kind of give all these like a little brief introduction, but you're going to see every single one of these motivational videos will say, wake up early, get it done before your day, quote unquote day, begins. Get the hard stuff done first. Wake up earlier. You're going to have to wake up earlier. 9 times out of 10, you're going to have to wake up earlier to get these things done. Stop hitting the snooze button. Use the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 method. So this is a proven method. Just to kind of get a little bit more detailed about it. This is a proven method that helps you to initiate response. Meaning, if you're laying in bed, for instance, your alarm goes off. What's in your head? You're like, oh my God, this is so cozy. I'm so comfortable. Oh, I'm so tired. I just want to keep sleeping. So this is the self-talk that keeps you in bed for the next hour while you're hitting the snooze button. I am extremely guilty of this. I am very, very terrible at this, but you hear that negative self-talk? I'm terrible at this, but I'm going to learn how to overcome this. And this is a current challenge, so this is a prime example. I'm going to start using the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 method. So there's about 5 seconds in your brain that you can literally change your response in an instance if you use this 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 method. So the second your alarm goes off, you start thinking, okay, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then boom, you raise up out of bed. After that 5 seconds, you're going to end up telling yourself just 5 more minutes, just 10 more minutes, just 30 more minutes, and you've already lost that opportunity. Practice this 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 method. Maybe you're sitting on the couch watching TV, and then all of a sudden you're thinking, what the crap? I'm really being lazy right now. I should have been doing my workout by now. Well, you're going to sit there and think and think and think, and you're going to go into analysis paralysis, and you're not going to get up and do anything. If you just tell yourself, okay, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, boom, that initiates your response to put your feet on the floor, get up, and move your booty. So try that. Anytime you're stuck with making a decision, try that 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 method just to kind of tell yourself, okay, time to get up. Create daily checklists. So a part of consistency is creating daily checklists the night before or the morning of the next day. So these checklists can really help to kind of get it out of your head onto paper or into your phone, whatever. I think putting pen to paper is the best thing ever. If I put it in my phone, I'm not looking at it. Do you know how many notes I have in my notepad in my phone that I've never revisited? And honestly, the fact of typing it in my phone didn't really help me retain anything either. But putting it on a piece of paper helped me, like literally writing it out. So creating daily checklists of the things that you want to get done the next day, or that morning when you're doing your daily intentions or you're setting your intentions, write it then. But daily checklists are a really good way to get things done. You want to create daily habits and weekly habits. So examples might be, so daily habits, I have everybody commit to a certain amount of time that they're going to devote to themselves, and that non-negotiable time. 15 minutes, 30 minutes, you name it, but start with something. There needs to be some kind of a daily habit of a piece of time or a habit that you carve out. But unless it's daily, it's likely not going to become a habit. You have to remember that. So if you're committing to exercise 3 days a week, how often are you really committing to that 3 days a week? Or are you actually succeeding with that 3 days a week? Sometimes that 3 days a week ends up going into 2 days a week or just 1 day a week because you lost track of the days or, something like that. But if you wake up, you do the same thing every single day, at the same time, that will create a habit. So it's just like brushing your teeth or showering. The things that you want to get done or that you want to succeed with, these very small goals that add up to the succeeding with the big goals, these are the things that have to be a part of our daily habits. Now, weekly habits, maybe your weekly habit might include meal prepping. So an example of like meal planning and prepping. On Saturdays, I used to, and this is whenever I was trying to build the habit, I can do it, I can fly by the seat of my pants now, but on Saturdays, I would do my meal planning. So I'd get my little blank meal calendar that I give everybody, and I would write out, our choices, our snack options, everything that the family needed, and flipped it over, made my grocery list. And then the next day, Sundays would be my shopping day and my meal prep day. No, it didn't take me all day long. You're going to have time for your fun activities too, and a little bit of rest and TV or whatever the heck you want to do. But that's a weekly habit. So maybe there's 1 day a week that you have to reassess, get your stuff straight, really prepare for the next week ahead. That's almost necessary in most people's schedules and lives. So without consistency of habits, you allow yourself to fail more than you need to. Yeah, failing's good, but we don't want to be failing for the wrong reasons. We don't want to be failing due to poor planning habits or poor consistency or, or lack thereof habits. So consistency is key, and I'm pretty sure this is probably the biggest thing why people cannot stick to their goals is because they have not found something that they have become consistent with, namely exercise. All right, so enough of me talking. Resources. So I've got some good resources here. I've got books, I've got apps, I've got videos. So a couple of books, these have been recommended by my patients and other bariatric patients that I've just followed on Instagram or wherever. So a few books, one of them being Atomic Habits. This is going to really teach you how to create healthier habits. So if you're a book person or if you like audiobooks, whatever, give that a listen or a read. The Achievement Habit and Eating Mindfully, those are a couple of other good ones. If you guys have your own suggestions, please message me on Facebook or tag me on Facebook or something, or write it in the events page here, just so we can kind of keep it within the same category or whatever. Anyway, apps. These apps down here are apps that kind of give you motivation. They will help you to guide you in meditation if you want to try that. There's some of them that give you daily affirmations, motivational quotes, that kind of thing. So check those out. Podcasts. This first one here is my favorite. This girl is awesome. I strive to be like her. I'm going to be her one day. The Mindset Mile. This girl's awesome. They're very short podcast episodes, maybe like 10 minutes at the most. But she's a really good, she's like a fitness guru, but she also focuses a lot on mindset. So positive self-talk, a lot of what we talked about today, she really focuses on, but she also has a little bit of nutrition in there too. But they're very short, motivational, really good episodes. The other ones on there, I don't personally listen to them a lot, but I know them to be good. I've listened to at least an episode or two from each one of these, but you can check all of these out too. Resources for guided gratitude meditation videos. These are on YouTube. I love YouTube. I've got YouTube on all the time. You can literally find anything on YouTube that you want. Whatever you're thinking, type it in the search bar. So guided meditation videos, These are really great. These are one of these is what I use in the morning, just to kind of help me to stay focused and give gratitude. And then there's relaxing meditation videos too. So if you want to take a little pause throughout the day or the morning time, start your day off with some good meditation. Those are good links. And motivation videos. These are amazing. And you're going to be like, oh, well, I'm not a sports person. I'm not building a new business. Like a lot of these motivational videos really focus on like just success in general. So kind of take the conceptual vibe that they're giving and apply it to your own life or your own circumstances. But these are wonderful motivation videos. If there's anything that you need to take away from this thing today, watch these videos. I love them. Okay, action item. I'm giving you guys homework now, and this is an extremely good piece of homework. And this did not come from me. This actually came from my husband. My husband is a big business guy, so he's all into SWOT analysis. You're going to perform a SWOT analysis on yourself. What the heck is a SWOT analysis? So a SWOT analysis is, in short, your strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. So in the business world, when you're building a business, you have to do a SWOT analysis, basically. You need to identify as a business, what are your strengths, what are your weaknesses, what are your opportunities, and what are your threats? Who's threatening you out there? Who's your competition going to be? So we can kind of apply this on a personal level. So the purpose behind this, a SWOT analysis will help you to identify areas in which you are strong and weak, in addition to bringing awareness to your threats and opportunities. From this realization, we can begin to make small goals and set intentions that are relevant to achieving your long-term goals. And it is only through self-awareness that we can begin to change our mindset from one state to another. So you're going to get to know yourself, guys. All right, so your strengths. If you're going to be listing, you're going to get a pen and paper, not literally right now after this. You're going to identify your strengths. So identify and list your strengths. You want to name at least 5. So examples include, maybe you're a good planner, maybe you like spreadsheets or something. Maybe you're organized. Are you a great cook? Maybe you like to exercise. Are you a strong-willed person? Are you motivated? Are you goal-driven? Are you willing to try new things? Dig deep, guys. You better name at least 5 of these because this is going to be your motivator. Weaknesses. Identify your weaknesses. Do you have a food addiction? Like you need to know whether you have a food addiction or not. You need to bring awareness to that for sure. Close-minded. Are you close-minded? Are you negative? You have low energy, low vibrations? No experience with exercise? Do you suck at cooking and meal prep? Poor planner, lack of nutrition education? What are your weaknesses? You have to identify these because this is where you're going to need to improve, okay? Your threats. Identify and list your threats. Your threats here, not in the business world, but on a personal level, your threats are your barriers to change. What are barriers? These barriers are things that keep you from doing the things you do just because your negative self-talk is keeping you from doing them. So maybe you have a crazy work schedule or limited time. Well, you're going to learn to make more time. Maybe you have a poor support system. Well, there's only a certain amount of things that you can do to eliminate that poor support system, but you're going to find that out in opportunities. What can you do about that? Physical limitations. Maybe you got bad knees, bad hips. So what? There's something you can do. I know you can. Financial limitations. Maybe you're on a budget. You can shop cheap. Shop cheap. Yeah, shop cheap. Shop cheap. Maybe you have a food addiction. You got to address those. So those are all threats to your success. You have to identify those threats because they're the things in your way right now. Opportunities. What are your opportunities? This is huge. Identify ways that you can overcome your barriers and strengthen your weaknesses. Maybe because of your crazy work schedule, you need to make more time by getting up earlier. That's really the only solution. Journal. You want to journal things. Journal your thoughts. Journal your gratitude. Journal your journal everything. Like if you're a writer, just the fact of getting things out of your head and onto paper, it's a form of therapy. If your knees are bad, if your hips are bad, research chair exercises. Get on YouTube. Watch cooking videos if you stink at cooking. Seek behavioral health. so that you can address your food addiction and learn coping mechanisms. Do not take life as it is what it is. You can change. Don't define yourself as, this is just the way I am. No, you're not going to do that to yourself. Success starts with you, not anybody else. Do you know how many times I have people in my office that says, well, my husband doesn't like to eat the things I do, or my husband does this, or my wife, she does this. There's so much blame on other people, guys, but this is literally all starting with you. You are the problem, okay? If you're the problem, you're also going to be the solution, and you need to take the things that you've learned today, motivate yourself, watch these videos, get a journal. What the heck are you going to do today, starting today, that's going to motivate you and level up you? I want you to level yourself up, basically, okay? I love you all. From the bottom of my heart, I love you so much. Sometimes I love you more than you love yourselves. I want to stop seeing that. I want you to practice more self-love. I want to see you rock this. I want to see you succeed with your goals, especially in the weight loss area. And I want to see you succeed with your surgery. And if you're at a point where you have started struggling, you struggle with weight regain just due to poor behaviors, it is not too late for you. Yeah, it's going to be a rough road to try to lose that weight again, but you're going to do it. It will happen. You can do it, but it all starts with you. I love you guys so much. I will try to, not try, I hate that word, try. I will share this presentation with you. I will repost this presentation on Facebook and wherever else I need to. But if you have any questions, if you guys want additional support, if you need to reach out, you know where to find me. Love you guys. Have a great Saturday. Bye-bye.